Success makes people more cautious rather than creativity, mainly aimed at the YouTube creator space.
Oh, that's a good question.
Ooh, success makes people more cautious than what? Being creative.
This is like a 30-minute long discussion.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
So, sometimes, often being creative or like following your creative urges often has a lot of, I suppose, quote unquote, risk with it. Because you might be trying out new things constantly, but oftentimes, I guess the point is saying that creators will get complacent and will stick to formulas or reoccurring things.
They'll stick to what they know best or what works for their current trajectory rather than...
And this is saying that success as an attribute, being successful, makes you more complacent or less likely to take risks.
Okay. Damn. Broken speak English.
I can speak Chinese too.
I can speak Chinese. I'm the one that had the Chinese stream.
Yeah. I'm gonna need one of you to explain that again in Chinese, actually.
So did you read the question in Chinese? Did you read it in Chinese? Well, God is Chinese.
God is Chinese. He's a Chinese sleeper agent. Shit.
My great granddad was actually Chinese.
Word.
Mine too.
We're all Chinese deep down. All right. All right. Do we have our answers?
Yeah.
Here we go. And 3, 2, 1.
I said agree.
I said agree.
I said disagree.
I know you would disagree because you just took one of the biggest fucking risks of all time
Yeah,
as a long-standing creator, which is
true.
funneling hundreds of thousands of dollars into a passion project.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you guys go first.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly found myself in those times when I've perhaps considered doing an idea where I was like, wait, actually, it's a bit risky. It might not work out. I'll stick to the stuff I know. But this is such a multifaceted thing to talk about because
what is your definition of success? To start for starters.
Well, I mean, for me, maybe being able to live off it and being able to hire other people. I'd say that's definitely for a creator. Certainly, I mean, that your creative endeavors can not only fund your life, but multiple other people maybe. But then that's also then for me personally, that's when I started feeling a lot more pressure to deliver. Was like, okay, I've got X amount of people who rely on me to do my job.
Yeah.
And suddenly now it becomes a lot scarier if I start taking these big swings. But at the same time, it's not like I haven't taken risks, but there are times definitely where I find myself maybe being more complacent with certain aspects of the creativity, especially creativity in general, that I'll be a bit more like, I'll stick to something I know that roughly will work and I'll retool it or I'll try something like this. But not all the time. That's why I wasn't strongly agree. It was an agree because I definitely have done it and I know I mean, look, you can go on YouTube and look at a lot of creators and you can very much tell that they are living in a time loop.
Yeah, they're using like the formula that has worked out for them. And I think that's why they're like, I could, or I want to maybe like go, branch out more into like a completely different field, for example, of like content or even just like something that's not content in the case of like a YouTuber. But then, there's a part of you that's like, as Connor said, like if you've got employees or you've got like a family or you've got like, some other person other than yourself to take care of or that is reliant on this success, quote unquote, then obviously it's going to be a lot harder to be like, I'm just going to start painting now, or like doing something completely different in terms of content. It might work out, but not a lot of people are willing to take that risk.
Yeah, I mean,
why did you say disagree?
You aren't someone though, in general, Gon, I would say that can do something you're not passionate about. I feel like you can't force yourself. Yeah, I can force myself.
I guess also my definition of success is, I don't know. My definition of success, I wouldn't say is different, but I never forget what my original definition of success was, which is to make sure that I'm comfortable, to be able to make sure my parents are like comfortable, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
But you can also, I would say you're successful as a YouTuber. That you are hungry to be a writer or director, a screenwriter, you know what I mean? So there's different aspects of it.
It's more like I'm constantly pushing to challenge myself. If I'm doing like completely the same thing, then I just feel like, I don't know, I just get bored.
How many,
I feel you.
how many anime of the year videos have you made?
Well, here's the thing. Even like my anime of the year videos, I've made over 10. But the style of it over that 10 years
changed
has
a lot,
like changed a lot. And my writing for each anime of the year videos like has like slowly changed. If you look at my anime of the year video 5 years ago and the one I just released, it's like the writing style is like totally fucking different. So it's, even if it's not like out there front and center, I'm constantly trying to push myself to do new things in a new style and constantly trying to like, I don't know, develop myself as a person. And I think that reflects in like my approach to content creation as well. Where we're at the point, at least I feel we're at the point where we are comfortable in terms of like being able to be comfortable in our position, in our lives. And I see that comfortability as, okay, that means I can use whatever excess resources I have to do something exciting and do something new.
Yeah, for sure. I mostly said agree because that's the general consensus that I see amongst the entirety of the content
I'm also
creator
lazy
sphere.
sometimes. Sometimes I rinse and repeat.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
And there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. If it works, then it works. And if, as long as you're not like beating a dead horse over like a certain type of content, then yeah, obviously I think it's fine. I mean, I think all three of us individually have a long-running series or a long-running style of content that we've repeated over the years, which works for our content, obviously.
We've
and
also
that's fine.
all changed up our content.
Yeah.
At least a couple of times.
Yeah, exactly.
And done some big things. But it's a hard thing to talk about. Because I think if you're not in it, it sounds facetious and it doesn't really like make a lot of sense, I think. Like whenever I heard YouTubers talk about it before I was a YouTuber, I was like, you're so fucking
It's like, shut the fuck up.
go and fucking make dumbass videos. All right. Go and make food fight. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I think it completely depends on what that person's definition of success is, or where they seek the validation for their contentment or their happiness, or however they might pursue just comfortability or anything like that. Because at least for me personally, like I've always lived with that philosophy of like, that's that whole thing of like success in the case with like content creation, obviously naturally it's going to come with like more revenue, more money. But, it's that whole idea of like, money can't buy you happiness. But like, in my opinion, it can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you the freedom to pursue that happiness, if that makes sense. It's this whole idea of, it's like how you use your success and how you define that success that changes the trajectory of like, do you want to pursue creativity because that's what you view as success? Like because like some content creators view success as constantly just getting the numbers, whether that be doing the exact same thing for multiple years, with little to no change. But then there are some creators out there that I know that are very content with being like the opposite side of the spectrum, where they're just like, no, I'd rather not do the same shit that I did the previous year. I'd rather actually, better myself and in my creativity and do something completely different, even though it may not immediately reap the benefits of the views or the money or however it may be, right? But you're more content with that because you don't get bored. You're constantly pushing yourself to be better, and that to some people might be considered success. So it's like, I don't know, it's a bit open-ended.
Do you think Mr. Beast is happy?
Look into his eyes, Grant.
I mean, I think like as obviously all of us have gone through this life cycle of YouTubing and ups and downs. I think one thing that I think generally I've always seen to be a trait that is just never healthy is just like hunger for like numbers that never ends.
Yes.
Like if you're just ravenous for growth and you can't see past that, and that is the only thing you can ever see or care to strive for, I feel like it just always leads to consequences that you didn't anticipate. And also, you end up fucking up along the way because you start making, you start justifying maybe actions that you might not have done before, but suddenly now there's numbers involved, and then it becomes a lot easier.
Also, everyone falls off eventually. So, if you're constantly pursuing for like more views,
that's what I was saying. You can't be number one forever.
No, exactly. And you have to be content with that.
Nah, not me though.
What?
That's that Chinese dog.
You got that Chinese dog, The resilience.
All right, let's see what's next. Okay.
All right.
We've gotten more honest about.
China didn't fall off. They just had
That
a
is, we are
blip.
not going to stop fucking saying China and Chinese.
Yeah. You know,
Why is it funny to say China?
I don't know.
It's so stupid. It's a country.
It's so funny though.
It's so stupid. I hate myself. We've gotten more honest about what we don't care about as we've gotten older.
We've gotten more honest about what we don't care about.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's okay as well. We don't need to have a massive discussion for everything as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
for
saying
sure.
that this won't be a quick one, but
yeah, no, this will be a quick one, I think.
oh, my pen is ass.
You got a new pen?
Yes, please.
You're the best smelling one.
Oh,
He's gonna decipher them. He's gonna pick one by one.
Actually, you can have this anemic pen. This didn't feel good to write with.
Okay.
There's no more
Oh,
black
great.
pens. There's no
Great.
more black pens.
okay.
I'll pick
thanks,
out the
man.
best one. Here's the shittest one.
All right.
All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Strong disagree.
I said neutral.
Agree?
Wow.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wait.
Why'd you say strongly disagree?
You know, well, first of all, I don't care if I say my thoughts on something, because I'm more honest. But I think, like I mentioned, and I've said this a lot, but like I feel that I've come to appreciate that media can mean a lot to a lot of different people, and I try to at least give everything a fair shake. And I'm try my best to see the positive in everything. But that being said, some things do fucking suck, and if it does suck, I don't mind saying it. But I feel like I am more considerate, considerably more so than I was. I would just be like, that's ass. I'd watch 5 minutes on TikTok, dog shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, okay, I'll
Yeah.
watch
I say neutral because yes, I have gotten more honest with the things that I dislike, but at the same time, I've gotten even more honest about the things that I like. And I'm
Just more honest.
I'm more willing to like be open about the things that I like because, you know, saying like, oh, I don't like this thing, like it doesn't usually lead to any kind of, I don't know, positive direction in any way. Like, whereas saying something that I like and I want to share something that I like because I'm genuinely passionate about it and I want other people to like give it a fair shake. And if they don't like it, then that's cool. But, you know, I have fun talking about the things that I like, I think, more than the things that I dislike, which I will say is like a big 180 for me because when I first started making, you know, YouTube videos, like I was very much talking about a lot of the things I disliked, you know?
Well, I mean, talking about things you dislike always does better than
Exactly.
things you like.
Yeah,
exactly.
it does.
Right.
It's like whenever people did they would do like top 10 games of the year, top 10 worst games of the year.
Yeah.
Always
The worst
games
always
had,
does
like,
better, yeah.
3 times the views.
Exactly. But I think I've just gotten to that point in my life now where I'm just like, okay, you don't like this thing? Cool. That's it? All right, sweet. Whereas if I much rather listen to someone go on a 30-minute, you know, rampage about like what they fucking love and what they're passionate about versus 30 minutes of them talking about something that they hate.
I mean, I also find that from a critique perspective, and when making videos about it and trying to make them entertaining, it's a lot harder of a challenge to present something you like, talk about it in a fun way and an engaging way, and convince people that it's good.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, dunking on something is
Shit, you just described my entire fucking career. I was like, is it hard?
yeah, it is hard. It is hard. That's why you're good at it, Garth.
Yeah, that's why you're good at it.
You're the goat at it.
Yeah.
And you know, dunking on something is, you know, it's easy. It's easy to find something bad, but the bad part is when you think about it and you get deep, you're like, I'm just dunking on someone else's failures.
Yes.
Nobody sets out to make a bad thing. And it's so easy to see something that's just so fucking awful and shit on it. But then when you see like a Ubisoft game, you're like, nah, I don't feel bad. This is like pure corporate greed. But then at the same time, it's like, there's probably like a good chunk of people on that team that really tried their best, but it ultimately doesn't matter because X person was involved and decided to steer it. But that aspect of it, I'm trying to become more aware of and trying to appreciate it. That when I do fucking shit on something, like I'm laser focused on why that is, and not to just do broad strokes of like, and it's bad, and it's like that doesn't help anyone.
I just feel it's harder to like, I don't know, sell your personality by shitting on something terrible all the time as opposed to just talking about something that you like. Like, again, it's like if there are 2 people in front of me and one of them only talks about the things that they like and are interested in, and another person only talks about the things that they dislike all the time, I'm gonna want to talk to the guy who likes the things and wants to talk about the things that he likes, you know?
That's just life, bro.
That is life.
That's life.
But that's
That's
why,
life,
like,
bro.
I think it's fine to be. That's why I said neutral though, because it's like I think it's fine to be honest about the things that you dislike, because you know you should be true to yourself. But I think you should also be honest about the things that you like equally.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
agree.
yeah, I think that. I mean, we all put different answers, but I essentially agree with what you guys said.
Different perspective, bro.
Yeah,
perspective.
I mean, it's just. It's more so that I am more confident in what my tastes are and what I'm going to like and dislike. And I'm always open to give stuff like a shot. But I also know like how my brain is wired in a certain way to know what my interests are,
yeah.
what
You can't like everything.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like the high school romance. It's just
no,
not happening.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think people conflate talking about the stuff that you do like and focusing on that. Sometimes in modern day and age, they conflate that with being afraid to tell the truth or to tell like, you know, to
Dick
talk
riding,
talk negatively about that. And I think it's the way I see it is that there's so much in terms of like entertainment and media, there is so much stuff to choose from nowadays, right? There's so much things coming out no matter what medium you're in. Why does anyone have time to fucking sit down and watch 12 episodes of something they don't like?
Yeah.
It can like for me, I've gotten a lot more comfortable in just saying this isn't for me. This doesn't mean it's like inherently a bad piece of like media or anything. It just isn't for me.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things like that.
But a lot of people misinterpret that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
saying something is not for you, immediately people will be like, that means it's the most terrible thing according to you. And it's like, no, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Me
the-
with
the-
JJK.
yeah.
The internet made me realize I have no enemies. I have no enemies, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Except for China.
China.
I'm kidding. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
That's the 3 China problem.
Yeah. That's the second China in the equation.
Where's the third China?
We don't talk about the third China gun.
Oh, this
Ooh,
pen's
okay.
great.
Is it?
Yeah, thanks, Gant.
Oh,
No, it's actually a good one. There you go. Being honest is a bad thing if it hurts people.
Okay, this is stupid. This
Okay.
nobody thinks being lying to someone is good, but their feelings will be happy. So
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
good.